Yeah, you in?
Yeah,
you in?
I'm in, I'm ready. I'm locked in.
Are you too old? Are you too slow? Should you be going into that ring with a old person's outfit on? I'm going to set the tone for it because it's what I've been hearing all week.
Remember when Ricky Hatton walked in with a fat suit?
He was in a wheelchair.
I'm debating just like rolling in.
A grey wig?
Yeah, something. Well, I've got grey in my hair.
That's it, you've had it now, haven't you?
That's what it is. So, yeah, it's quite comical to hear them comments.
Is it comical or do you feel a bit insulted? I don't know.
The only thing I can do is laugh because I mentioned it in the gloves are off, but I don't think they put that in. I said, well, have you got faster hands than Katie Taylor? Have you got faster hands than Caroline Dubois? And I went through a list of people, have you got faster hands than this, and she was like, no. And I was like, well, they're the kinds of people that I'm used to. You know, I've fought at them lighter weights, and that's the speed of the people at them weights. And, you know, you've got very fast hands for someone who boxes at 75 kilos, you have. But you're not a 60-kilo boxer, and that's where I've been. The fastest hands in the game are
the lighter weights.
Yeah, are the lighter weights, and is Katie Taylor. And you know, I've fought it. You ain't faster than that. So okay.
You know, it's interesting because obviously I've watched your career from the beginning, and listen, I get it. It's like the up and coming. It's the young one up and coming. I understand that, but I was sort of a little bit with your coach when I think he finds it disrespectful because of what you've done.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, he gave his little speech up there. You know what he's like, but you
Joe
talk
is
to us.
Something else. Joe is.
You want him in your corner.
Oh, listen.
I'm telling you now, you want him in your corner.
Do you know what people don't realise is that he doesn't mind playing the baddie.
Doesn't he?
He doesn't mind playing the baddie. He doesn't mind everyone slagging him. He's making this the Joe show and all that. Because what you're doing is now talking about Joe and something else and not talking about me. And the pressure's off me. I can just sit back and be like, okay.
Which you were. You just sat up there like smiling.
Let him go. But what he says, it's not just in the like throw in the air comments. It's always backed up by fact. He had a little sheet that I think Andy was scared of him going to the sheet, and me and Caroline are looking over and looking to see what's on it. But he had a fact sheet ready for, I think, Rob or Lauren reply to what he had saying. So yeah, he does his homework before he says anything. Unlike myself, when I thought I'd fought her and I thought Becky.
Oh, what the friggin' hell happened there?
I know, I thought I'd fought her, but it was Becky Price. And when she said that, I thought, oh yeah, she might be onto something there.
You know, when you fight that many people, Tash, do they like all roll into one sometimes?
Oh, listen, I couldn't tell you.
Could you remember all of them?
If someone mentions the name, I'd be like, yeah, I get a fought her. But if someone was, it's for me to say the name, I wouldn't be able to say it.
And sometimes we remember people, and I'm not side taking, but sometimes I remember people by their surnames more than I will by a face.
Okay.
So when I heard the name Price, I thought, well, yeah, I get why you probably said that. And you are getting punched in the head for a living.
I know.
It's not like
one of the downsides.
It's not tiddlywinks, is it? So if you have a little quick memory lapse, then yeah, I get it. Was you ever in the same position as Lauren, where you was the young pop and you was eyeing up those that were ahead of you, and you was thinking that, you know what, I can have her, and you had that confidence, Tash?
Do you know what? You're the only person to ever ask me that question.
Well done to me,
so
then. Yeah.
Shout out to you for asking a different question.
I'll try to.
It was a long time ago. Back when I was a kid.
Was they still using horses then?
Yeah,
Did the cars
obviously
have?
with the chalk and the slate.
The slate. Yeah, I was there. What we're talking about.
And there wasn't a big age difference, but there was a big experience difference, and it was myself and Amanda Coulson.
Okay.
So Amanda was, I think, 3 or 4 times ABA champion. Now I'd won the ABAs before, but it was at a different weight, and then I came down and I was in Amanda's weight, and she was like England, between her and Nicola was England's golden girls at the time.
Yep.
And yeah, there was a big thing about, right, okay. It was like she's like, I was just young, fresh. I didn't really know what I was doing.
Okay.
But Amanda was she was very on it. She was very red in her personality, where she liked structure, and she knew the way, and she'd been around a long time. And I went and won. Like it was a close fight. It was a hard fight, but I went and won. So I have been in Lauren's position, and I get it. That's why I don't say anything about that.
Fair enough.
I don't because it's like I get why people are making this narrative. But what I'm here to say is, like Joe mentioned on a couple of the examples that he gave, I feel like Habazan now. Where I'm like, whoa, I'm not just coming here to just give her my titles.
I remember that at the last press out,
coming here to
show me some respect.
Yeah, I'm coming here to fight, and I'm coming here to get it. Not just pass mine over and be like, thank you for a wonderful time, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks to my mum and dad, and thanks to me nan.
Thanks for how many past years. I'm just going to hand it over.
No, that's not going to happen. There's going to be a fight. She's going to have to fight for it, and I'm going to take her to the depths to do that. And then I'm going to have my hand raised, and all them questions that we're asking. What happens when you do lose this? What happens when you do lose that? And one thing about Lauren is that she can't really hide her emotions in her face.
Oh, she hasn't got a poker face.
It's like you see when I've said something that annoys her, you see her face twitch. When Joe says something, that you see her face go, and it's very hard. She even though she might not say it or express it,
you can see it. How does that benefit you then in the ring? When you fought,
can see it.
That's what I mean. You fought probably every fighter there is going, from the amateurs to the pro. So you've seen everything there is to see, really. How does that benefit you in the ring when somebody hasn't got that poker face, or they take a little bit of emotion in there? Is it dangerous, Tash?
It definitely is dangerous. You can't be logical and emotional at the same time. It's physically,
really,
psychologically impossible, because they're two different sides of the brain. So if you're twitching, if you're doing that face thing, if you're doing whatever you do.
Okay.
Because what I'm doing in the boxing is looking for the cues. I know your habits, because I've spent 10 weeks looking for the habits.
Okay.
So, you go like this and your arm comes out, you do a little step and you're coming forward. So I'm looking for them. But as soon as I land a shot and I see your face do all this,
you'll know.
I'm like, she's emotional.
She's uncomfortable.
She's uncomfortable. She's not thinking logical, and that's where you've got it.
Does that come with like experience? And I'm not asking you to speak for Lauren, but does that come with experience, or are some people like that? I've been told I haven't got a poker face, like my face will like twist or whatever if I see something. Is it something in boxing that you really got to learn to hide?
I think so. I remember the only time that I remember as a pro being out of control was when I lost against Obanov.
That was vile. But she did go down for murder afterwards, so I understand.
And I was raging that it was the only shot that me and Joe had studied that she had, and she'd caught me with it, and I was raging about it. Inside, I was raging, and I just came, it took over, and then I wasn't thinking logical, and then boom, it happened again, and I was even more fuming then, because now I've been down twice, so I was just raging. So I think, definitely since then, well, since before, but that was just one of them ones that brought it out to me, that I thought, right, now and you'll hear Joe say, like, in the last fight against Habazan, I hurt her, and I thought, right, I've got you, and I went in, and Joe was like, after a good little spare, Joe was like, it's gone, don't worry about it, it's gone.
Okay.
So like,
being able to pull back
and be a reset. You don't have to keep chasing it, because the moment's gone. You've got to jump on the moment when they come, and they could be only a split second moment, but then you've got to do it.
It's all right. I was just checking. We all right for time, or do you need to get?
Just aware there's quite a lot.
Okay, I've got to push it through.
No, it's okay.
One of the things that I will say.
I've always got time for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you think then, how did you learn from that pressure? Because she might have studied that fight. I know you said you've been studying her for 10 weeks, probably even longer, because it's someone that's up and coming. You know you're probably going to face them. Is pressure something that is dangerous for you in a fight when somebody comes with that pressure? Because that's the only thing I remember about that Obanov. She just kept on coming. The pressure was non-stop. I don't know where she got her engine from, but it was that non-stop coming forward. So you didn't have a chance to like reset. Is that something that's potentially a weakness, Tash? I know it's fight week and I shouldn't be talking about it, but I'm going to ask anyway.
I think in other fights I've proved that pressure wasn't that pressure. So I think, and there's ways, and again, I think in the Katie Taylor fight, it was only my second fight at like world championship level.
Yep.
So there was things that I didn't know how to calm the round down. I didn't know how to rob a few extra seconds here and there. And now
the tricks of the trade.
Now I know that. Now I know what to do. You know what I mean? And they're the things that, like everyone keeps saying, only experience can teach you.
And that's what I love about it, and that's what I've loved about watching you all the way through your career. No, I'm not singing you out the room, but I'm saying that it's so nice to see fighters go through their career, they develop, they have highs, they have lows. You've been quite human about it. Look, I lose. we lose.
Yeah.
It's part of life. Life is boxing. It imitates it as such. But I know that we will be entertained, Tash, because you're never in a boring. I was about to say, you're never in a boring fight, are you? You
Yeah.
never think, oh, Natasha Jonas and I. I'm just going to the toilet. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
happen. It's like you're.
It's great for people watching. It's not so great for me. I'd rather just be one punch and done.
Listen, well, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen on the weekend, and that's the beauty of boxing. You can't really call it. You can want to call it, but you can't because it just depends on the night.
Yeah, I think when people are at that elite level, and I think a lot of boxing fans and boxing media appreciate that when you're at them top levels, that there is only minute differences between winning and losing, then 0.5%, whatever there is. And I think, myself, Michaela Mayer, Sandy Ryan, Lauren Price are probably in that order. There's only only little bits of difference between us all.
Listen, make a difference on Saturday and do it for the oldies.
Yeah.
Do it for us pensioners.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Shout out the old crew. It'll be funny, like Joel said, if it switches.
80s babies.
No, I'm 70s. I'm really old. I should be the one coming here in a wheelchair. But listen, Tasha, I know there's a queue, popularity and all that, but yeah, all the best Friday night.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Shout out the Scousers.
Yeah, thank you.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.